Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another ranking video. Let's just keep them going. So recently I put out my top 25 characters, non-GLs in SWGOH. I thought it would, and so there were some comments on this. I thought it'd be a good idea to do the bottom 25 characters in Galaxy of Heroes with no exclusions, because of course if they're the bottom characters, they're probably not going to be legendaries or galactic legends or anything like that. In fact, all of these are either marquee characters from at some point or day one characters. So let's go starting with 21 through 25. Number 1 is going to be the worst character. So 25 is the 25th worst character. And like I've done rankings in the past of like day 1 characters and marquees, and things have changed for some of the characters since then. There's been some reworks. Number 25, this was a little hard for me because this guy used to have some good usage. Resistance Trooper. In fact, Urzatron, I used to like watching his Grand Arenas back when this guy was more viable under Finn lead because he pops the exposes and helps get the Terminator train going. But right now he doesn't really have any kind of place, and he's not a pilot of a ship or anything like that, and he doesn't make it on any resistance team. Not on Zori, not on, Rey doesn't need resistance anyway, but he doesn't make it anywhere. So I put him 25th, but he's not like horrible. Like his mechanics are kind of decent. I almost put like Krennic here, but I thought because of his GAC Omicron, he was a little bit better. Anyway, this is Night Sister Initiate, I believe. So there's two that were always considered bad, Initiate and Acolyte. And Initiate, it seems like Acolyte's the one people use more with Great Mothers. But Initiate, and I'm not claiming to be an expert on the kit or anything, Initiate used to be good for the cheese and the heroic Sith raid with like Anakin taking turns over and over again, and I don't know, she would come back from the dead and do a basic and inflict dots or something like that. But you could throw with Great Mothers. What makes her higher, like, or a little bit better, like she's only 24th worst, is because she has the Night Sister tag and can go with Great Mothers. 23 is Greedo. Greedo, I guess, he has a couple things going for him, like with the threat and reducing turn meter. 100% turn meter is quite nice, and it was actually pretty good when the Crate Raid was out, but Crate Raid is obsoleted right now, pretty much. I don't know, like, how many people actually run Crate Raids. There's an argument to run Speeder Bike. I don't know if there's an argument to run Crate. So he's pretty low. He has the Hot Cartel tag, which, is a benefit to him for sure. But it's pretty bad. 22, we got Jedi Consular, and the only thing going for Jedi Consular is that they have a ship. It's not a good ship, but it is a Galactic Republic ship, and it has an assist, so it's all right. I'm trying to like kind of consider holistically the game and value. But other than that, there's no real reason to use Jedi Consular. I mean, he had a kind of beefed up Datacron for a second, and that's kind of like, you'll see a theme in this list. A lot of these characters had like a crazy Datacron to try to make them viable. Jedi Consular was one of those, but in general, not really good. Talia, she's 21, and she, I don't know, maybe she's better than Night Sister Initiate. I even kind of confused myself with the orders. The one value she has is for the Assault Battle Secrets and Shadows. She's actually pretty good. For Challenge Tier 3, I got it done with a Gear 11 because she cleanses the Night Sisters, and that's her main value point. Other than that, she is really, really bad. Moving on to rank 16 through 20, we got Cody. This is Dacha, I believe, or Dothcha, I don't know. Farm Boy Luke and Kit Fisto. So Kit Fisto, the only thing going for him is he can give potency up to everybody in the debut raid, which was specifically designed around him needing to use him with Luminars, so you would relic your Kit Fisto. That and a TB mission that requires him and Mace Windu and relics. But he is not good. He has nothing going for them. Damage-wise, taking hits, he doesn't have much in the way of a support function. He is just not good at all. Luke Farm Boy. So Luke actually could be even worse on this list, but he does have a TW Omicron, so that helps a little bit. I don't think anyone should apply that TW Omicron, but it's something that gives him a little bit of an edge, and some people are going to be crazy and apply it and have fun, and they're fanboys. There's some people, at least, that comment on my videos that I know they're big Luke Farm Boy fans, but sorry, he is in the list. But who's not in the list is like Admiral Akbar and Princess Leia, because, they have a little bit better viability with the ship and GAZ Omicrons, and yeah. Dacha, he's, or no, this is not Dacha, this is Jawa. I think this is just normal Jawa. and he's just really bad. I mean, he's required. You're forced to get him for Jabba, but the only value he has, oh, it's either him or Dathcha. Hold on, I gotta check. No, wait, it is Dathcha. I just checked it. The reason I put Dathcha instead of Jawa is because Jawa has a chance to stun everybody, and Dathcha can only potentially stun droids. So, yeah, that's why. And then, so the only value is like the Jawa tag. Jawa Scavenger is the best Jawa. That makes it actually like a viable thing because of the bug they ensconced in reality and updated the kit to match. But no real value there. I mean, in 3v3, it is one of the Tuskens to go. The only thing valuable is the Tusken tag, but no compelling use outside of that. And then Cody, Clone Trooper, Galactic Republic, decent tags, but doesn't really have anything going for him. There was something when there was some Datacron that he could help take advantage of, but I forget what it was. But it was kind of a good loop. But I'm not trying to consider Datacrons here, just trying to consider the overall value. And Cody just doesn't have a place anywhere. Next up, 11 through 15, we're really moving towards the bottom of the barrel. We got Tebow, Lando, Tusken Shaman, Resistance Pilot, and I'm a Gun Die. I'm a Gun Die. Nothing really going for him except you can put him with Cam and he doesn't do terrible damage because he is a support character and he has a decent damage multiplier on his basic. And Galactic Republic and Jedi tags. So there's some nice tags. Theoretically, you could put him under Padme and get some damage from Courage. Resistance Pilot didn't get further down, like even worse, because he has a ship. Not even a good ship, but it's one of the few ships in the Resistance fleet. And he is worse than, Jedi Consular. So he's one of the few pilots we have on this list. Tusken Shaman, kind of similar thought process to I just think Shaman's even worse. I mean, it's the healer of the group. And yeah, these two are getting omitted from any Tusken team. In 3v3, the good Tuskens, so to speak, are the two newer ones and the one that has the Omicron. Lando, no real use for him, I don't think, which sucks because he's a cool character. I mean, I think we're due for a good Lando, maybe old Lando, or maybe just rework this one. I'd like a rework of this one because he's the cooler one. Young Lando is whatever. Old Lando is, well, old Lando has a superpower. He can sweet talk the entire galaxy to show up within an hour to a planet theretofore unknown. So he definitely had a superpower. Tebow, just an Ewok, he's one of the worst characters in the worst factions. He was actually had some use back in the Pit Raid because of his Terminator removal properties. By the time CLS came out, that was kind of obsoleted because CLS and Han Solo could do it on their own in their original Pit Raid. But yeah, Tebow, he doesn't even make a Ewok team current day because there's too many other good or better Ewoks. Now we're up to the top 10 worst characters in the game. And 6 through 10 are, this is Jawa Engineer, in my opinion, is the worst Jawa. Eve Koth, Cup, Clone Wars Chewie, and Bodhi Rook. So Bodhi Rook has no redeeming qualities that I can think of. He was infamously in the movie, he was the pilot, that was his whole identity, and he doesn't even have a ship. I think they should give him a ship. A good ship too, like something for Rebels to help with Home One or even Profundity. I don't know, just maybe a good reinforcement ship. But yeah, he doesn't really have anything going for him. He's a Rogue One tag. He never gets used. Clone Wars Chewbacca. So what's going for Clone Wars Chewbacca is a Galactic Republic tag, and that's it. Like, that's the only thing he has going for him. His kit is so outdated. He was like the first character they'd give you when you started the game in like 2015, and for a few years, I mean, it was still the same characters they were giving you. And he's got like a simple taunt, he's got like a very small heal, but the only thing he can actually do is take courage from Padme and hit people. And when Padme came out, he was kind of featured because he was so slow. He could get a lot of courage before he took a turn, kill people. Arnold had a video on it. It was kind of funny. Rank 8. This is Cup. The reason he's not even lower or worse on the list is because he can stun with his basic. I mean, there's worse characters than him. I mean, he's kind of a meme because he's like one of the most random concepts for a character in the game. And he did recently have a juiced up Datacron, kind of like Jedi Consular, but overall he's just garbage. Eth Koth also currently the recipient of an overpowered Datacron that just makes him like, gives him a plug and play unique that just makes the whole other team good, but he is horrible in general. Like, look at his leadership ability. It's like gain 2 defense, like flat defense. Like, he just does nothing. And his description, I think it's funny. It says he's extremely effective against droids. I think they should update that and say he is pathetic or something like that. But Jawa Engineer, I already said a little bit about this. I think he's the worst one. Like, he doesn't, like, because the biggest experience I had with the Jawas was in Crate Raid because you were forced to use them, and he just seemed to have, I don't know, be the worst on the team. Like, he doesn't do damage with his basic. He like throws out maybe 1 thermal detonator. He doesn't really have any kind of utility with his other specials, so he is the 6th worst character in my opinion. And now, for the moment you've all been waiting for, the 5 worst characters in the game. Drum roll, please. And we got Jedi Guardian, Ewok Scout, IG-86, Hoth Rebel Soldier, and Ugnaught. So, Jedi Knight Guardian, not really any use to her. I mean, she's a tank. She has a Jedi tag in Galactic Republic, so I don't know. Maybe I technically should rank her like she's a better character than Glower's Chewbacca, but I don't know. She just made sense to put here. Ewok Scout, just like Tebow, probably the worst Ewok, one of the worst characters in the worst faction. IG-86, no real use. I guess if you have like an R8 one, it might do some good damage and call an assist, which is fine, but it really has no utility. Just kind of a random droid. And then Hoth Rebel Soldier, this is a, you know, theoretically, he had potential like Hoth Rebel Scout to be rescued by Mon Mothma from the dregs of the Rebel faction, but there's nothing really going for him. No one really gears this guy up, relics him, and that's why he's kind of prominent in TB ops or platoons, whatever. And then Ugnaught, absolute worst because he doesn't even have tags. He has no tags. And I know this because of Yuki's trivia show. The only 2 characters with no tags at all are Ugnaught and Wampa, and obviously we know Wampa is a beast. Ugnaught just has nothing going for him. I think it's a him. I mean, he's got a beard. So yeah, those are the worst 25 characters in the game. Let me minimize myself a little bit. Worst 25 in the game. Up for the debate, but you know, even if you're thinking I missed someone or some of these guys aren't the worst, they're at least the worst 50. Like these are pretty bad characters, but I'm happy to hear the dissent because there will always be some dissent, and let me hear it. All right, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this whimsical ranking, and I'll see you next time.